I'm Tanielle J. This is Brooke.
Hello.
She's my sister. So we thought it'd be cool to do like a makeup tutorial showing you how, basically I do my makeup every day, but Brooke's gonna do it on herself. She's done it.
I've done it.
This is all her. I would say I'm professional, you're the enthusiast.
Yes.
Enthusiast. So she's not a makeup artist, but yeah, she's
Love makeup, but
so
I'm not very good at it.
Yeah, so no, you've gotten better over the years, so that's where we're going to do a little step-by-step together, so keep watching. We have both cleansed our skin. We're going to go in with a little bit of the Be Hydro Intensive Serum. This is from Drunk Elephant. Go in with this. I like a serum because it penetrates deep into the skin. I've already done our prep. Now I'm going to go in with some primer. It's a really hot day, so I think a serum is all that we really need. If you are in winter at the moment, then step up your hydration, absolutely. But for here, we're just going to keep it nice and fresh, just with that serum. If you are a little bit more oily, a primer I love is the Hourglass Veil Primer. If you've got some deeper pores, the Tatcha Silk Canvas is great. So I'm going to grab a little bit of this. Grab a little bit, just so you know. Through the T-zone. It's like a putty filler. This one. Looks good. Just smooths it out. I still like a little bit of a glow in summer, so I'm going to go in with the Home Beauty. This is the primer, just the original colour. So I like this because it kind of has a little bit of coverage in it as well. But it's just going to give me a nice glow, and you could use this just as a base, really.
And using it.
My base brush. This is the base, the number one, and I'm going to take this all around the outside of the face because I've got my Tatcha Silk Canvas. Brooke and I have similar skin types, so we're going to stick to the same kind of, we're kind of combination skin types. And I'm using like a dabbing motion. Yep. All right, that just gives you like that bit of color just to start. So we want to go for a summer glow, and less is more in the hotter seasons, and even in your wintry seasons. I still think the same for everyday kind of wear. So a technique that I've been doing is I've kind of been leaving my foundation out, and I use my bronzer and concealer to give me a beautiful base. I love a cream bronzer, and this one, I'm not the biggest fan of the packaging, but the product is so good. It's Pink Honey. It comes in so many different shades. I'm using Fudge Glades. It's a little bit more of a yellow based bronzer. Anything too red on me just looks, it's too much. So I love this one, and you can see how I get into it. I'm going to use my little cream buffer brush. We're sisters, so she can use mine. I don't care if you did that.
I don't care.
It's my own one, so whatever.
Is that too much?
No, so just tap in and then just put it on the back of your hand just to make sure your brush isn't loaded up. And I'm going to use this on the outside of the perimeter of my face. It's like a bronzer, contour, kind of all in one to give myself a bit of warmth. And I'm going to take this all around here, across the nose.
Okay, here I go.
Yep, dabbing.
Dab.
Dab. Okay. And I love this, even just tap it on the eyes too, for really quick, like every day.
Are you going around here?
Yep. It's gonna look scary.
Oh, I already, no, I'm loving it.
Just take it, I like to take mine a little bit along the jawline.
Is that too much on the eyes?
Nah, it's fine. Mold it into the skin, just keep pressing it in.
Did you say under the jaw?
Yeah, well, just if you've got a little bit of a,
chin.
if you've got a bit, no, this is gonna cut it off. So get it, yeah, right on the tip there. So now I take my base brush, which has that bit of primer on there, and I'm gonna just get in and buff around the edges a little bit. Sometimes I feel like just with a bit of bronzer, not even any concealer, I can go on with the day like that. Going back to the base brush now because it has no more product on there, but I'm just kind of buffing the edges away to make it a little bit more fused into the skin.
Oh my god.
You've gone probably a little bit heavy, so just this way. But that's where you can use your base brush. It's got no extra product on there. It's got that little bit of primer, so it's going to blend it a little bit more into the skin. If you keep trying to buff in with the brush that you used originally, it's just, you're going to layer more and more.
Give me a go.
Yeah. So like these two brushes, the two brushes are quite similar in their density, but I always do find that you do need those two different brushes just so you can pull it back, build it up. So the next thing I want to do is conceal. So it's going to help to brighten up the center of my face. You can use it to conceal any unwanted redness or blemishes, that sort of thing. So I'm going for one that's going to add brightness, and for Brooke we need to kind of counteract any bit of redness in the skin. So I'm giving her this Kosas concealer, which is nice and hydrating, and it's got like a bit of a yellowy green color in it, so it's going to help to minimize that redness. And I'm going to go with the Dior Forever Skin concealer. I really like this. So very kind of similar concealers. I'm going to pop this on the back of my hand. I'm using the 0N concealer. Brooke is using...
Is that too much?
No, that's way too much. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oops.
Just little bits at a time. This is 3.2 Revealer Concealer. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm going to use my concealer brush. I've got my little flat brush. So I'm going to tap in here, and just underneath the eye a little bit here. If you feel like you get a little bit, if you got a few lines in here, you might want to avoid that area too much, or you definitely don't want to use too much product in there. Just tap a little bit. Around the nose here, we get a lot of redness around here because as we've gone on in life, we've gotten sick, we get broken capillaries a lot around there, so a lot of people have a lot of redness around that area. Now down the chin, now I want to extend my face a little bit, so I like to take my concealer all the way down. However, Brooke has a different...
I got a massive chin.
No, well, you just have different goals, okay? So when you place your concealer, you're just going to pat it here, and you're going to bring it, I still like to bring mine out, but you're just going to bring it there and then across like this.
So do I just do what you did?
So just there and going out this way.
Like that?
Yep, we're going, so kind of like bringing it out here. Yep. And then for my forehead, I'm gonna lengthen out my face a little bit because...
Should I do it on my forehead?
Just focus here, you have a longer face than me. And now we're just gonna pat it in and work it into the skin.
Yeah, just what do I do?
No, just on the tip. You just gone too wide on the tip, yeah. There. Yeah, that's it. What do you reckon so far? Now, if you want to snatch that contour a little bit more, you can by using a little bit of your concealer. And I'm going to place it just underneath that contour. Just to kind of add a bit more structure. Don't have to though. It's just like, turn that way. Looks good. It's good. Yeah.
To give approval?
Yep. A little bit more warmth on the neck because
Yes, I do.
it's like an umbrella. You know, your face is like an umbrella. So I'm going to give you a little bit of foundation and you can just blend that down. I really like the Dior Backstage. It's 4WO. It's just going to add some warmth on the back of your hand. Use your foundation brush and then just take that down the neck. That's one thing when you're wearing makeup. If you're using bronzers specifically, blushes are a little bit different because they're not going to add warmth to your skin. But if you are going for a bronzy look, you just want to make sure your neck matches the rest of your body, or your face matches your body. Your neck also does too. Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's like the tiniest little bit. Sometimes like the tiniest little bit. You can mix a bit of your bronzer with your primer just to take that down. Otherwise, if you don't have a foundation. Yep. Something that I really think is important when you're doing a supernatural, it's not supernatural, but a nice natural look, is I like to fill in any little beauty spots, beauty marks that I have that's going to make the skin look a little bit more fresh and natural. So I don't know, I'm just really liking this one. It's the Revlon Semi-Permanent Brow Ink. It's pretty good. And I'm just going to tap this on my beauty spots. And if you have any like major pimple pop up, it's always a bit of a win to do it on there too. Do you have any moles, bro?
Yeah, I've got little frecks. Makes the skin look more real.
More real. All right, so we're gonna do brows now. Now, I guess looking back at my old photos of when I used to do my brows, I'd always kind of follow this angle down. So I want to show you the two different ways that you can do it and what I feel is a little bit more useful. I could just follow the natural curve and go all the way down like this. I'd often create this tail at the end, which it's nice, but what I found is that it can often droop my eye a little bit more and I get less lid space. Whereas if I actually lift it up, which I'll do on the other side, bring the hairs up, it looks a lot more youthful. I'm gonna get much more space here. It's gonna make me look a lot more lifted.
You can really see a difference.
Look a bit angry here. Depends how you like to do it. Sometimes I actually just like to, and I'll do it on this side, I actually just like to go in with my brow gel first. Then I can see where I need to fill in and just fill in the little gaps there. I'm gonna go in with, this is the Schwarzkopf Got to Be, what is it? It's like a brow gel. It's really good. I love this one and the Alias brow gel by Brow Code. It's probably my favorite. The trick will be is that you probably want to put it on like this. This one's pretty hectic. And then you'll get your little brush and just use this part and push it up. I like to start halfway and then bring it out and up, because sometimes if we go too heavy, if we start in the middle, like at the front, it just becomes a wow brow. If you like that, go for it, but I just feel you get much more of a natural finish if you start on the outer corner, and that's generally where we're most sparse. All right, we're gonna do eyes now. We're just gonna do a wing liner, because I think you've struggled with wing liner, haven't you?
I hate it.
So we had a creamy bronzer on the eyes, so I'm gonna just take a little bit, just a bronzy eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna sweep that over the eye, just to make sure that bronzer's set. I'm probably focusing more on the outer corner here. And I'm using my all over eye brush.
Sorry, what one? Was it the best?
I'll just use whatever. Just a bronzer shade. So just take it all through the crease and just along that lash line. Just to make sure that area is not creamy, because if you're putting the liquid liner over the top, you're gonna, it could move about. I'm just kind of buffing that out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just kind of blend it out a little bit. As in, so kind of like take it on the outer corner and just kind of blend it out. This is more just to create a shadow around the eye. It's not, we're not trying to do some crazy eyeshadow look. Good brush technique too. She's holding a little bit further out, which is good, because when you're blending gently, if you go too hard, you're gonna go like too far in, you're gonna get too heavy-handed. So further out will help you to control your brush a lot better. Going in with the Dip Down, no, this is not. I love that one. Dip Down Gel Liner by MAC is one of mine that I love, or the Frappe by Napoleon. Really nice browns. So I've loaded up my little angle brush. This is the number 10 Define Liner and Brow Comb brush. And I've put it on the back of my hand, and I really, again, want to load up this brush. So when I'm doing my eyeliner, I'm going to start from the outer corner and draw my little line out. So if this lower lash line was to continue, draw a little line here. Get a little bit on your brush, Brooke. No more than that. Load it up. But keep a clump there. No, keep a clump there so you can keep going back to it. It'll stay wet then. If you spread it all out thin on your hand, it'll dry out. Flatten it out a little bit so that your brush is nice and thin. You're dipping it in like that. Didn't even know that was a thing.
Told you I'm not good at eyeliner.
Yep, that's it. Spread it out thin, now it's all dried out. That's better. Yeah, just keep it a clump.
Keep it a clump. Tanielle first. Keep it a clump.
But now my wing line is drying out because it's taking so long. What we want to do now, okay, we've created our, where the wing is going to stop. Now I want to bring it in, so I'm going to actually go from the outer corner here, and I'm going to keep my eye open, and I'm going straight across any dip, any crease, because I want my liner to look straight when my eyes are open. When I'm closed, it's not going to look straight.
So you're just connecting.
Yeah, so I'm going to go, and I like to kind of connect it to the point where my eye, because we both have droopier eyes, so I want it to connect to the point where the eye starts to fall, and that's about 1/3 of the way in for my eyes. And that's going to, but for those that do have more of a mid-set eye, you can still stop there, and that's going to give you a much more of an almond shape in the eyes. And then once I've created where that goes, the outline of my liner, then I fill in the gap.
I think I botched it.
Let me see. No.
I feel like my left eye is better than my right.
Which one's your left one? Is better, but you've got, see with Brookie, she's got more of a hood here, and this eye's a little bit more open. So that's why your liner is going to look a little bit more sharp on this side, because you have much more of a crease. So don't put too much pressure on your eyes, just as long as, I always find like this side for me looks better than this one. I think we can leave it at that.
I'm gonna leave it, otherwise I'll be.
Yeah, but I think that's good. I think let's put some mascara on now. False Lash Effect by Essence, it's really good. But I'm gonna start with the outer corner and really lift up. Don't pull it down because that's gonna droop the lashes. Well, that's what I find anyway. And if I just want a really minimal look, I just keep it on the outside of my eyes, and that's gonna keep my eyes nice and lifted. But I'm gonna take a little bit in here as well. I don't usually put it on the bottom of my lash if I'm doing a wing liner, because I feel like it kind of droops my eye a little bit more. So I just keep it on the top. We're gonna use a little bit of the powder puff with some of the Givenchy powder. This is the Prism Libre Veil Rose. This is a pink powder, so it's gonna help to brighten the center of the face, and we're only going to put this in the center. We're not baking or anything, we're just going to set a little bit, and then I'm going to dust any excess away with my highlighter brush. Yeah, I'm going to keep the outside of my face like with all that cream bronzer nice and creamy, so I don't lose that really kind of fresh skin look. And then going in with my little highlighter brush, like a little bunny tail, just taps away any excess powder. What do you think, Brooke? It's looking
I
good.
love that prism.
It's nice. Yeah, it's very nice.
It's not.
Let's do lips. So I'm going to use, these are discontinued. It's such a beautiful color. It's called Freestyle. It's by Bare Minerals. You can find it on Amazon. And I've just have a nice sharp edge to it. And what I'm going to do to create a pout, I like this technique for myself and my clients, but a lot of you might not look like an overdrawn lip, so then just pop a bit of gloss on or whatever. But I like to start in the center and almost drawing over the top of that Cupid's bow. And then as I come out, I like to bring it into the lip.
I struggle the most with lips.
So you
Lips
don't want to,
and
yeah, you don't want to
liner.
overdraw the outside of the lip. It's going to make them look like sausages. And then I kind of like to fill in the outer corners and then keep that center nice and like my natural lip color. Then for underneath, I just overdraw a little bit in the center. And then draw it in. And then leave the center of my lip color and just draw in the outside and the inner, and just use my finger just to buff it in.
I'm so scared.
You got it, you got it.
So do you connect the Cupid's bow a little bit?
Yep. Yep, good. Now as you're bringing it out, draw it in to the lip liner. Just follow your natural, basically follow your natural lip line. So this one's a little bit, you're a bit lopsided. So this one's good, you've got that on the lip line, but you've drawn too far in on the other side. So just have a little bit more width.
I can fully see it now.
You get it? Yeah, you can do
I
it.
told you I'm...
Brooke, you're doing good. Yep.
Tanielle-ified.
Good. Yeah, that's good.
Looking more and more like you.
And then I'm going to go in with my, this is just, it's been discontinued too, but I just,
You love the discontinued.
I do. I just like to take this, you can use any kind of pale lipstick, but this is just, it's in my makeup kit, so I just use it. And just put it in the center. Just to add some dimension.
Oh gee, that smells nostalgic.
Doesn't it? This is what we used back in what?
But we had no lip liner. It was just a matte lip.
Like 12 years ago?
Is
I
it?
used- No, not that long ago.
It is still none.
It's the best colour. Use a little bit of your lip liner brush, yes. Just buff out those edges, yep. Yeah, so just to make sure that those two colours kind of blend together.
Can't believe we've done a tutorial with no foundation.
I know.
You 10 years ago.
Oh, wouldn't have never. No. Yeah, I think that's good with the lip. Yeah, do you like that colour? It's nice, isn't it? Let's go in with a bit of blush. I'm loving this Rare Beauty. It is the Nearly Neutral blush. It's kind of like a creamy kind of colour, texture. But I just love, it's got a little bit of an iridescence to it, but it's still just really natural.
Is that, and then just tapping on the head?
Yeah. It's not super duper pigmented, like it's not crazy.
So are you just putting it here?
Kind of, yeah, like on the heights. I kind of like my blush where your highlighter would go.
Me too. How's that looking?
It's nice. Yep. Dabbing is good too, which is what you've been doing. That's nice.
Learning from the best. On top.
And that's it for our look. What do you think, Brooke?
This is like the classic TJ.
It's classic me.
classic
It's
Tanielle.
me every day.
This
pretty
is
much.
just the everyday Tanielle.
But yeah, that's our look, all complete. Done.
Alright, well I'm ready to go to Woolworth.
Yep, done. I'm ready to go to the gym.